Des Moines Public School Superintendent Dr. Ian Roberts has been detained by Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
Too much propaganda, spiritual pollution, too many problems, not enough solutions.
All right, listen up, y'all.
Greetings, brothers and sisters. This is another episode of All Things Education Official. I am your host and educator, Dr. Abdullah, giving you educational news from a foundational Black American man's perspective. If you like what you're seeing, you like what you're hearing, please subscribe, comment, like, and share. Subscribe, comment, like, and share. Put me in the algorithm. If you like the content and you like, please follow me on my social media handles at Facebook, Instagram, Rumble, TikTok, LinkedIn, and X. And if you appreciate the content and want to see more of it, please feel free to follow the link on the screen and buy me a cup of coffee. It would be greatly appreciated. Education is one of the most important career paths in our nation, yet it seems to be taken lightly and not given the same consideration as other fields. This brings us to our coverage, Des Moines, Iowa School Superintendent, Dr. Ian Roberts.
The district of 30,000 students is already swept up in uncertainty surrounding its now former school superintendent. Ian Roberts stepped down earlier today after he was arrested by ICE on Friday. Roberts is a native of Guyana and a former Olympic athlete who has served Des Moines Public Schools since 2023. A noon deadline came and went for Roberts to confirm his citizenship to the school board. Story is fast becoming a legal nightmare for Roberts and a PR nightmare for the people who hired him. News Nation's investigative correspondent Rich McHugh has been digging into Roberts' record and found that some things are not adding up.
One question raises another, and straight answers are in short supply. Where was Roberts born? When a reporter asked him last year, he dodged the question.
Where were you born? Where did you grow up?
Sure, yeah, so both parents are from Guyana, South America. So I spent most of my formative years between Guyana and Brooklyn, New York.
ICE says he entered the U.S. on a student visa in 1999 and received a removal order in May 2024. Athletic competition records cite his birth date as December 18, 1973. But court records and his 2017 marriage certificate list December 18, 1970 as his birth date. His voter registration in Maryland says 1970. Roberts' academic record even more confusing. His LinkedIn, an impressive number of schools, a bachelor from Coppin State University, master's degree, St. John's, Morgan State University. For years, he went by doctor. St. John's confirmed he got a master's but not a doctorate degree. His official bio says he completed programs at Morgan State. But Morgan State tells us no, quote, Ian Roberts did not receive any degree or certificate from Morgan State University.
Ian Roberts, the former school superintendent of Des Moines, Iowa, serves as a testament to the lackadaisical systems that are in place in many academic spaces. As an employee of Mill Creek, Pennsylvania, it is stated that he passed all clearances, but later found that there were later discrepancies. I worked my entire career in the New York, New Jersey area, and I know that the clearance processes are brutal. I do not know the landscape of Des Moines, Iowa, but I can only speculate by this major oversight that either one, their systems are extremely shoddy and in need of revamping, or two, his status and circumstances were overlooked due to the optics of who and what he presented. According to WFTV.com, the state board that granted Roberts a license to serve as superintendent said the process included background checks by the state police and FBI. The Iowa Department of Education said it was the school district's responsibility to verify employees' eligibility to work and that it would investigate the district's practices. The arrest shocked a district where he was known as a frequent presence at community events and a champion of students during his 2-year tenure. Roberts has been in education for the last 2 decades and served as a superintendent in Pennsylvania before his hiring in Iowa. I take major issue with this situation for a number of reasons. I'm fully aware that nepotism is rampant in educational spaces. Knowing the right person can not only afford you the opportunity to stand in front of children and families as an educating professional, but it can allow you the opportunity to make a nice sum of money in the process. I believe in equity, but that equity should allow individuals with the verified credentials to have access to these positions. Secondly, we all want educators that produce results in our schools. but it is only correct and fair that individuals that have actually done the work to be considered for the positions be placed in those positions. There are so many Black Americans that have no questions of citizenship, birth dates, degree acquisition, or educational accomplishment that could have fulfilled that role and been, if not as good, but better. We live in a world of representative sampling, and due to Ian Roberts' aesthetic and outward appearance, his failings will be seen as the failing of those in Black America and in our community, even though he's not a part of our community. I don't doubt his abilities, but if this were any other field, a position of this magnitude and importance would have made ensure that his credentials were not only legitimate, they would have made sure that they were immaculate. Educators make it possible for all other fields of employment to exist. It is time that educators are paid their worth and value. It's obvious that the vast majority of us maintain the education necessary to be considered professionals, but we as educators need to put as much importance on the integrity of our craft as we need from others. This has been another episode of All Things Education Official. What do you think? Do you think Dr. Ian Roberts should be given a pass because of his, according to Des Moines, Iowa, stellar work with the community in education, or should be held to the same standard as any other person who has come to our country illegally and sought employment? Tell me your thoughts. Get in the comment section. Start the conversation. It will be greatly appreciated, and you are dismissed.
Too much propaganda, spiritual pollution, too many problems, not enough solutions. So many billionaires that make no contributions. We gotta create, fund, and maintain our institutions. Too much propaganda, spiritual